have been robbed at Anthony precisely when they were walking on the road. My name is Helen. I'm an e-hailing driver, also a businesswoman. I'm married with 3 kids. And what else? Was somebody meeting me for the first time would like to know? I think a free-spirited person. And what other question would you like to? Do I have a favorite color? I think red and purple. Oh, I wouldn't say red and purple. I think variety of colors. I do. Depends how on the shade it comes through. I read a lot. More like novels and well, I'm not too much into the inspirational or the motivational stuff because they will make you. Have you seen them where a bull is fighting with a cock? I think that's the problem of the motivational speakers. They'll make you do the impossible and so on. You know, like go out of it. Like I said, I used to have a Corolla car. I own a shop. For the shop I ran it for more than 26 years because I opened it around 1995 and closed it about 2020 or 2021 thereabouts. The car, I used other cars, but this particular Corolla, because you know Corolla is what the e-hailing, they like that so much. I come to the shop, I'll pack it, and even when I'm moving around, I'll move around. I can book Ubers and so on and move. And people around would be like saying, "Auntie, please, whenever you want to sell this car, I'm interested," because the car was still dentless and so on. So at the time I started thinking, why don't I use this car to make money instead of it being here and everything? So I now said, okay, I've already interviewed 2 men. So to make a choice of who to start driving and paying me weekly. But one day, like a friend of mine, my next door neighbor, blessing, as I was going to the shop, I forgot something, went back. And she was down, she was saying, "Helen, I don't know why I came down, but why don't you do this yourself?" I said, "Do it myself." He said, "Yes. Pray about it. Let the Holy Spirit direct you." As a matter of fact, I'm a believer in that. So I said, okay. I left. I was thinking about it when I was at the shop. My sister was saying, "What is it?" I said, "Nothing." So when I had a conviction, I now went to Uber first at Maryland Mall. So I went there to make inquiries. I said, "Sorry, I have a car to put in for Uber." They say, "Okay, are you the owner of the car?" I say, "Yes." "Who is the driver?" I say, "Me." It's like, "You?" I say, "Yes." And there were many men around. They will turn to look at me, but when they say that I'm looking back, they will look away. I was catching my phone. So I finished the process. I was to go back for training. When I went back, I think give or take 45 people, and I was the only woman amongst them. So it's like every now and then, each one will cut eye to look at me. But when they say that I was busy looking and so on, they were minding their business. So we finished that. I left, went back to the shop. The next day, I said, okay, let me go for both. I went for the training too. Something happened and so on. So after I finished everything and the app came up on my car, on my phone, I got back to now turn it on. I was apprehensive. I'll turn it on, I'll turn it off. I was just doing that until a request came in. My sister said, "Hey, taxi driver, go now. After all, you are the one that went for it," and so on. So I left, went to pick the young man. We went to the school and picked the children from school. I brought them back and dropped them. Ended the ride. He paid me. I said, "There's nothing in it." That's how I started. Two years now running, 2 years off and on. But the experience has been very nice. I'm not the type to sit at a place, so this gives me the opportunity to meet people, move around, and the good thing about it is that I can start when I feel like. Sometimes 2 o'clock I'm still home. Maybe by 3 I'll turn on my app and work till like, let's say 5, 6, 7. Sometimes I'm out 10 o'clock even. I've been robbed at Anthony precisely when they were walking on the road. That day I was coming back from, I think, Island. I've already put, to come into Anthony, and I got a request. So the young man called me, please ma, I'm a so and so place. It seems people were rejecting his trip because when it's short trips, people don't like really doing it. But me, I don't mind whether long or short trip. I said, okay, I'm coming. I turned. As I turned, they were walking on the express when the Dangote was working on it. And that was just when I started newly. As I was moving, I was in between trucks and other cars were there and so on. So a man was approaching me. And, I felt he wanted to beg. I looked towards him. The next thing, I was charging my phones. It was my mistake. And, this was around 7 after 7. And it was getting dark already. It was raining. So the phones were on the seat. So that was what attracted him. So as he came there, I thought he wanted to beg. I turned to him, what is it? I felt like a metal smashed my window. And he put his hand to collect one of the phone. I collected one. And he had the effrontery to stand there and ask, where is the money? I saw what anger can do. I was vibrating out of anger. I was looking at him eyeball to eyeball. And I felt like coming down and chasing him. He's somebody I can beat easily. So, but other people would say, Madam, sorry, just be going and so on. So as I was looking at him eyeball to eyeball, it's like I engraved his face in my memory. Because that happened July 2020. July last year, I saw the fool at Okada. So when I saw him, I was saying, I know this man. I was even telling my rider, I couldn't pinpoint where, until I stopped my rider when I was coming back to Anthony. He came back, that this was the person that robbed me. But all the same, that one ended. And that's the only experience I've had about the robbery. But other people do talk about their experiences, but I've not had any other one. But I make sure I don't do night again.
Okay, so how do you deal with advances from men during these trips?
Please, can you, somebody pick it. Tell him I'm in there. It's my son. It's the younger ones, the younger females that say they usually have such problems. For me, I don't think I've had much of it because my people have a saying that you look at the face of the woman that just gave birth before you ask for the child. So at least they will respect themselves. They do. My experience, I'm almost 30 years in marriage. So experiences there. You don't go outright insulting, but you try to at least put it to the person. One, they will say, some of them will say, yes, if you're married, it's even the best and so on. But you try to tell the person, I'm not into this. And, just be respectful about telling them, make them understand so that they won't even carry it to go off and so on. Some people will try to, please, can I save your number? Can I call you? Say, go ahead, call me. What if your husband won't he mind? I say, call me at any time you feel like. And so on. So when you tell them that, they will know that, no, I won't go telling them, no, don't call me because my husband will be, no, call me. I've not had experience like I told you. I think female, we don't have such experiences. But when we share with the men colleague, they'll say that some people will even enter their car and try to make up. That not making up as in dressing a girl and a boy. Like one was saying that, can you imagine that I turned back and I saw that the man's prick was outside. The girl was giving him a blowjob and he shouted, are you out of your mind? Well, they won't even try it with me. And so some of them will enter and say, the car is tinted. Miss, we can do it. My car is not tinted. I make sure I don't buy any tinted car. So everybody sees you. So you can't just come in and start having any ulterior motive in your mind and so on. No, except dirtying the car. Some people are pigs. They'll come in, eat with bones and everything, dump everything and everything. Greatest challenge. With every driver in Lagos, working on your car. That's it. Because you enter some places, you feel like carrying the car on your head and start walking because the roads are so beautiful. That one is even good because one, they don't really harass women because one, they don't want our trouble. And most times they won't even think that you're doing e-hailing and so on. So like I think last week, because by that coming from 7 Up heading to Okada, where the police usually stay on top of the bridge. Now they don't stay on the service lane, they now come to the main lane and so on. So one, I was carrying a man, the wife and the children behind, and now, hey, stop. I said, what is it? I said, madam, go. Because bad market. So no much problem with that. Yes. Many people have come in, feeling downcast and so on and so forth, and they were like, please ma, see what I'm going through. Or some will come in the way they are looking so low. I'll say, I hope no problem. And they'll open up and they'll like, I'm tired. I'm this, I'm that. I'll tell them that, don't be. It's only when you close your eyes in there that all is ended. Me, for example, I have 3 postgraduate degrees, 2 masters, 1 postgraduate diploma. I'm doing this. You say, you're doing this. You have this. I say, yes, I do. But it's when you now, carry it on your face and so on that like, it's not the end of the world. So at least I've had many, saying, please, can I save your number? From time to time, they'll chat. How are you, ma? Please see what I'm going through. What do you think about this? And I'll go giving my own advice. I have a background in psychology. I have a background in guidance and counseling. So it goes a long way, counseling people and telling them, don't give up. Thank you. The worst case, it's not that I've said maybe they won't pay. Like there was this particular one. I went to pick them and it was a Oriola or something like that in a blackberry. It's a bad side. As I was coming, they were telling me, no, come this way. Initially, I was saying, can these people walk out and meet me? But when I got there, the man was panting like he was to die the next minute. And the wife was like, supporting him and so on and so forth. So they entered. And initially the man wanted to get angry. You didn't get here on time. But when I explained to him, your road, he said, yes, the road is really bad. I took them to the hospital. So when they dropped you, I saw the way the man was managing to breathe and so on and so forth. And the funny thing, I wasn't even afraid about COVID, so on and so forth. But I put on my mask and so on. So when they got down, the man was now opening here, opening there. I said, no, sir, go. He said, no, let me. I said, no, it's okay. You can go. He stood, he was like transfixed. You mean you're not? I said, no, go, sir. Because in me, I felt I don't need that money. He needs it more than me, and so on. And he said, well, he turned and said, I'll give you 5-star. I say in my mind, I don't need the 5-star because I get it from people and so on and so forth. At least at every point in time, my driver's rating is always like 4.9 something. So I don't really need it. He needed that money more than I needed. Yeah, I've had a very bad rider or a rude rider, but I think I have control. The last thing I would do is to exchange word with you, but sometimes you'll be pushed. But even if you are pushed, try to take a bit deep breath and so on. Because we do tell the other ones that even when they try, poking their hands and so on, don't retaliate. Instead, just tell the person, end the ride and report and so on. So this girl was like, what do you mean? All of us drive and so on and so forth. And you mean you cannot? I said, my darling, I cannot speed on this thing. So when I dropped them, they went to pick something, came back. I said, sorry, I can't continue again. I'm ending the ride. So try and end it before it gets to that, extent of maybe fracas and so on. So I've tried. With me, no, I've not had such experience, because I look at people like even the girl I said she uses Lexus too. It's like every trip she'll call, Auntie Helen, there are 3 men. Do I go ahead? See where they are going. Even some of the experienced ones, they'll call me, Helen, see you. So people requested me to so and so place. Do I go? Do I not go? I say, okay, assess them. How do they look? So on and so forth. I've not had any experience of tire check. Very well. Gives you time. If it's still the ones that the younger mothers that do school run, drop your children in the morning, go out for some hours, come back, pick them and come back to the house and stay with them. At least you must have made some little thing instead of staying idle like that. For me, I don't have to do school run. So anytime I feel like I turn on the app, at least I make small money before I come back. So I will advise that. In Nigeria now, no business is profitable when you think about everything to go with it and so on. But it's better than nothing, like I would say. We usually tell people, as you're making the money, be setting aside because for the rainy days, because there comes a day the car will say, I'm not going anywhere, and you have to cough out the money. So what I do is that as I'm keeping money, when any little issue, I try to nip it early before it escalates. So that's how I've been, holding on. Oh, for now, no. But it's something like in the future, because, it's a sedentary lifestyle. You sit down for a long time, let's say between 3-4 hours at a store, at it go, which is not good for anybody. So your knees, the joints and so on, is not funny. But based on that, maybe in a few months' time or a year or so, I'll think about leaving it. He's enlightened. The only thing he was, particular about is the safety aspect. Is it safe? This and that. I'll ask him, is there any business that is safe? No business. Every business comes with its own peculiar hazards and so on. So he will just say, be careful. And that's what's been guiding me. I would think, okay, like when I started newly too, the first week, I picked a young man. He said, Madam, please, don't be offended. Is this business profitable? I say, of course, in a way, at least it's more profitable than the shop I was running and so on and so forth. He said, why? I say, okay, when I stop you, I'll show you my back office. Well, on a trip, you cannot say it. So when I stopped him, I opened it and showed him and said, this is the mail they just sent to me. Weekly, they send you mail, this is what you made and so on. He said, do you know why I'm saying that? My in-law lost the job and the in-laws got together, got a car and gave him, and as they gave them the car, complaints. Either they are insultive, no rice, no this thing, people are not booking. I say, he must be either a lazy man or he's lying. He said, please ma, can you repeat that again, because I'm going to record it to play to my sister. He brought out his phone, he recorded it. I said, he must be either lazy or he's lying, because some other men like that people helped have gotten 2 cars apart from the one they are driving. So why will he be saying that and so on, that he's a lazy man or he's lying? But apart from that, it's a good one. Hello, my name is Helen. This is Babes on Wheel. Women doing e-hailing. Riding where the men ride.